another episode of Off the Books.
Girl, we got that down. Pass it down, baby.
Yes, okay. Tonight's episode, we are talking about relationships and future relationships and marriages and, girl stuff. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into it.
A little something.
So, I know Cassie has some questions for Kalina as far as marriage goes. So we're going to start right off with that, okay?
Girl, you right on this point.
I know. I'm really good at this.
Me right in there.
I'm really good at this.
Oh my God. Okay. So let me see. What would I want to know? I'm trying to think back to what my questions were. I had them at one point. But what I would say is, how did you know that your husband was the one? What was so different about him versus anybody else you was dating at the time?
Okay. Hey, babe, if you ever watch this. How did I know he was the one? I actually didn't know my husband was the one.
Okay.
He knew I was the one.
Okay.
And so by the time, we were dating, I was probably dating a couple people at the time.
Uh-huh.
That's what I be trying to tell you.
Yeah.
I had my options
You
open.
had a lineup.
I had a lineup.
1, 2, 3.
And so made the best man win. Now, that don't mean that I was sleeping with all of them.
Mm-hmm.
But, because at the time when I met my husband, I was doing the whole celibate thing. Now, did we slip up? Yes. Everybody like, y'all ain't never do it? Yes, we did. But, matter of fact, he'll tell you, I cried. I had tears rolling down my eye because I felt bad. He like, oh, shoot, I don't want to do it with a girl with tears rolling down my eye.
Right.
He said, forget it.
Right.
So, but I was dating a couple people, and then my husband was so persistent. He was like always over to my house. He was over at my mama's house when I wasn't even at my mama's house. He was such a loyal guy. Like, I was feeling him and I liked him, and I let him know I liked him. And that's the thing about me. Like, I'm very flirtatious. So even though I'm married now, you might be like, oh, snap, I might got a chance. I'm married. It's,
Like, I'm just
I'm
messing
just
with
joking with you.
Don't get your hopes up.
I'm playing.
You're too young for me anyway, boy.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all somewhere. I got somebody for you. She down the corner right here. I'm gonna get somebody. So I know how to just shut them down real good. But that's how I was, and so I would always, he would always come over, and I was always, with him. At one point in time, we did break up because he was doing some other stuff, and I said, I'm not. I want to be with a regular guy this time. I do not want to go visit nobody in jail. I do not want to put no money on the books. I do not want to get them collect calls on the phone and do all them letters. I don't feel like
track queen.
No, I don't want to be a track queen. I don't want to go through all that no more. I'm tired of that.
Shut up, Ashley.
I am just tired of that. So I wasn't going through that no more. So as soon as he told me that, I said, I'm telling you right now, I'm not no ride or die. I'm talking to you on the guy that's in jail. So I'm supposed to be holding down for him.
Right.
So no. But he proposed to me. And we were extremely young. I was 19, he was 20 years old. And I think what he liked about me was I was an extreme go-getter. And I asked him that to this day, like, what was it about me? I was an extreme go-getter. He never stopped my flow, ever. If I was going to go do somebody's hair and he wanted to be with me, you got to go with me to the people's house to get me with me.
All right.
Girl, and it's so funny. Anybody watching that, I used to do the hair back in the day. Girl, my boyfriend would come with me. Girl, I got to braid your hair. My boyfriend with me. He bringing me. Girl, he be sitting in the car. They was like, he can come in. Girl, it be so funny. Girl, that's that young stuff. But he was just with me all the time, and I was just so on my grind. Like, I was young, but girl, I was on my grind. And I didn't let him or nobody stop me. I was just going, I didn't really, I had some guys I would goo gaga and over, but that was more when I was younger. Like when I was real, like my teenage years. And, where I would skip school or, something where I'm just goo gaga over them. But after that, you know, I wouldn't let no grass go on my feet. You had to come find me. You had to come find me. And I think he liked what he saw, and he noticed that if he don't lock it down, it was gonna go somewhere. Mm-hmm. You know, I was on to the next thing. So he just asked me. I didn't forget how he asked me. And that's what it was. I asked him when he want to get married. He can validate the story. I asked him, like, how long you think it'll be before we get married or whatever? He was like, I don't know. You know, just talking about, you know, like, I don't know, it might take a while. No, he didn't say it might take a while, but he was just like, I don't know, like, he don't never know. I said, well, it don't take that long. You like me or you don't like me? Like,
it don't take that long.
It don't.
Figure it out.
You need to figure out if you like me if you don't. And I think that's what he was like, this girl is crazy. And that particular day, so he proposed me kind of weird because I was in school, and he put the ring in my bag, my school bag. Mm-hmm. And so when I was unloading my bag, I didn't even see the ring in there. I talked to him later on. He was like, did you see what you get your thing in your bag? I guess he knew that I didn't see it because I didn't sound different.
You didn't sound, you didn't say nothing about it.
And I was like, there's something in my bag? And so I was looking at it, and then that's when it kind of came to me. I was like, oh, what's in my bag? And that's when I found it in my bag, and I went to his house, and I put it on my finger, and I drove to his house and ran to him, girl, like we was on Notebook, girl. I love you. Oh, my God, man, yes.
So silly.
Oh, girl.
Lita said like this was a Notebook.
I know.
This is so beautiful. So I told my mama that we were supposed to have a wedding, but we were so young that nobody did agree with us. My family nor his family. They was like, absolutely not. Like, you're not even old enough to do that. You know, and same for him. But girl,
so how old were you guys?
19, 20. We met. We was on together for maybe 8 months or a year.
And how long have y'all been together since?
15 years.
Oh, wow.
We've been together since then.
Wow.
Yep, 15 years.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Girl, I got by so fast.
You had to think about it. You were like,
I ain't
wait
waiting for that one.
Just kidding.
But yeah. So not, they didn't agree with us getting married at all. Like, not at all. And we was just rebels. We just went to the Justice of Peace and just did it. You know, we just got married. Yeah, we just did it. And the rest is history. We had absolutely nothing then. Both of us had nothing. Matter of fact, when we got married, his mom kicked him out of the house, and so we had to move in with my mama for a little while. And it was just weird. It was just weird. He was so young, and then we had to sleep in the same bed, but I didn't want to because I was still so young. And I just felt like, we gotta sleep in another room. I know we're married, but it's just, I don't know. I don't want her to think we're doing it. But y'all married. I don't want her to think we're here doing it. Open the door.
We
gotta see the door open.
We gotta get our own spot. But yeah, that's what it was. I think he just knew it then, you know. And I put a demand on him to let him know that's what I wanted. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I want, if you're gonna date me or we're gonna do this thing, I want to get married. Like, I don't want to be the girlfriend for 20 years. Mm-hmm. I want marriage.
So do you feel like that's what's missing now with women that's dating men?
Yes, I think all women want to get married. And I take that back. Some women say they don't, but I think they're lying. I think all women wants to get married. The only women that I think don't want to get married is women that's been married before and had horrible marriages, so they don't want to go back into that. Mm-hmm. So I can see that. But if you've never been married before, you want to see what that will feel like. You know what I'm saying? What that marriage will feel like. So, I think so. I feel so, and I don't want to say anything bad about anybody because different strokes for different folks. And if that's the way you feel for real, don't, you know, I don't know. So that's you. But I mean, if you living with him, y'all got a kid together. I mean, you've been in the same. I mean, y'all together all the time. It's been 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. What's the difference between getting married and not married? Saying you're not ready what are you gonna be doing differently?
Right.
Because some people
grow together and
compromise
and everything else, sacrifice.
Yeah.
Some people be real serious about the legal thing. Like,
yeah,
they be like, well, it's on paper, but you ain't going nowhere either way.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
They be wanting their freedom still.
Yeah, it's like they still want
to
their
stay
freedom.
Like they want their freedom. You like,
well, that lets me know from the guy's point that you
Mm-hmm.
still want to be out there because you're not gonna lock me up like this
Mm-hmm.
and give me 3 kids. Now my number low. I'm not that good to other men no more because I got these 3 babies that I gotta raise. You done messed up my life a little bit, and a man can go have women with him. He got 20 children and get a woman.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You got 20 children.
They're gonna be like,
Good luck.
yeah, exactly. They're gonna be like, huh? No.
Good luck.
Yeah.
So my thing is don't be dumb. Don't be stupid. You know what I'm saying? Don't let him do that to you. You know. Don't let him do all those sweet nothings in your ear, because that's what it is. He tell you he won't be with you. He wants you to have your baby. All that kind of stuff. That sounds so good. But ask him, and when we get married, we're gonna get married, and see where that goes. See how that lies. Because if he's scared and he don't want to do it, he just not one for you. And don't let him waste your time.
Right.
Don't let him waste your time. Because if you let him waste time, trust me, a year gonna go by, you think he's gonna change his mind. 5 years you go back, you think he's gonna change his mind. 10 years go by, you think he's gonna change his mind. Now you in so deep, honey, you don't even know how to get yourself out of it.
You waiting on him
Still.
Right.
You still waiting on him.
Still.
It's just not worth it. I know old people in my family right now. They've been dating for 30 years.
Yes.
I don't want to do that.
No.
They've been dating.
And I don't want to do it because I have been married before, and I know we were young and we were not ready though.
Yeah.
Y'all, I know y'all were ready. We were not ready. Like my ex-husband had never taken care of another person, had never lived on his own. His mom had taken care of him all his 21 years.
Wow.
Like, he had never been on his own before, but I had been taught how to clean, how to cook, how to get out there and work, how to do all this. So I was like, all right, I'm ready. Let's jump into wife mode. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. Yeah.
but what I was doing versus what he wanted, he wasn't ready for what I was ready for, or what I thought I was ready for, because I had been raised to be, like that. So it was like, he was like, no, you don't have to cook for me. And I would cook a whole meal and he would not eat it.
Wow.
And I would be like, okay. So that's when I started like feeding my neighbors, feeding people in the little community and stuff like that.
She still feed people.
Right.
She feed all of us this one.
Like I just started feeding other people because he would like get drunk and stay out with his Navy friends and not come home. And we were in Virginia. I didn't know nobody. Like that was I had never been away from home like that.
Wow.
I wasn't talking to my parents. Like I had left my whole life for him. And then when we got out to Virginia, it was like he got to go explore it on his own. And I was like devastated. But I was like, I knew marriages weren't always like that.
Yeah.
So that's
what
why
made y'all get married?
Young, dumb, like I was rebellious, and my parents didn't like him for me. They felt like I could do better, and I was like, no, you just judging him based off he ain't never had a job, and I really didn't know what they really meant, because me, I had a job before, and I was used to doing all of this, and he was just not, and I was
he
like,
was just in the military.
He was in the military,
okay,
and he was upset. I remember him being upset. It's crazy. I'm sorry, Corey, if you ever watch this, because today is his birthday.
Wow.
Today is his birthday and my best friend's birthday, and I just talked to him earlier today too. It's funny. You know our story. Don't be mad.
Right.
But he was mad because the Navy, when you were living in Virginia back then, in the Navy, they made you take your rent out of your check. They took your rent out of your check. They didn't give you a chance. It was allotted out of your check. Oh, he hated that. When I say he hated that, he felt like his money was his money. He should spend it on him first.
But it's paying for the rent.
But it's paying for the rent.
It's the place you live.
I was like,
Right.
We had a studio apartment on Ocean View, and we were sleeping on the floor for so long, and it was crazy. Like I really grew up. Like when I say grew up, I was like, oh, I don't think it's supposed to work like this.
right.
And so I took my behind home.
Yeah. Now did he have a father?
not in his life.
Okay.
And he had a stepfather, but he I guess they were always at odds, kind of. So it was just really him and his mom, and she was sick, honestly, and she passed away from cancer. But it was just him and her, for a long time. It was always them. They came from Chicago, and his mom had a sister in Mississippi. But it was crazy. It was crazy.
I believe it just listening to you.
Because it was just dang, you really don't want to take care of this.
But y'all know it's so crazy how you be close to people you don't know. Shan used to work at the same store I used to work at.
For real?
Farm Fresh. Right on the corner. And I used to walk to work from the apartment complex every day.
Wow, that's a small world.
Weird.
I think that's one of the issues too. I think is the fathers not being in the household. Now, I don't think that's our fault. I think it is a political thing. You know, even when women were getting Section 8 or you couldn't be able to provide for your family, you had to get on assistance, but you couldn't have a man that lived with you. You know, you couldn't be married on Section 8 or get that type of thing. I think, is it still like that?
I think to a certain extent, because if you have assisted housing, so they don't want no man there live with you.
Right.
But they find out, you end up getting put out for that because it ain't supposed to.
So
be.
think of that.
Yeah.
Right, because even they know.
Right.
A man in the house, you should be provided for.
So most of the times, if you are on Section 8, you got kids. You got a couple of kids. That's why you're on Section 8.
Right.
You got a couple of kids to a man you can't even marry because you trying to be on Section 8. Or that's all you could do right now. You know what I mean? So it's a mental, systematical, if that's the word, thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yes, our black men are in jail. Yes, it's so many different things, but also I think it's an upbringing thing. They don't know.
Because how they know what they ain't see?
Exactly.
Nobody was there to show them that. So it's
if your dad did that, you gonna do that. It's sometimes my husband went to jail for beating my son, giving my son a whooping, but he did overdo it. But he said that's how his dad did them. You know, and to this day he feels horrible. If I bring it up, he start crying about it because he just can't believe he did that to his son. You know what I'm saying? And the traumatic thing that does to a person, that take them home for a long lifetime. You know what I mean? That don't just stick with you right there. So we have to tell my son that's not how it's supposed to be. That's not what a child do. You know, and we corrected him in other ways. But because I don't want him to do that to his child. You know what I mean? Be beating on my grandchildren. way long
time away from here.
But even though we're talking about that, let's get more into fun dating stuff, and we're talking more history. But I know the dating world is off the chain right now, ladies.
Sorry guys, my eyes are really itchy. I know I keep doing that.
It's okay.
It was running.
Yeah, I'm like, what's going on?
So what's the dating world looking like?
Poo poo.
I'm not really dating right now. I am not dating.
I got you by choice.
By choice. I'm kind of focused on me. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say I'm focused on me, and me and Ashley made a pinky promise. You know what I'm saying? So we're down this celibacy road.
So that's a good thing too, ladies. Get you an accountability partner.
Yes.
Somebody that just says, "Hey, girl, we supposed to be doing this. We supposed to be doing that." Because I think we've been like that with each other too. Being each other accountability partners. Because we gotta make these men stand up. We have to, and it is a God for you. It is. God is gonna bless each and every one of you with someone. You just have to be ready for him, and he has to be ready for you. And that's a good thing. To try to figure out yourself and find yourself. And I always say, once you find yourself, you'll find your real. Yeah. You'll find your significant other. It'll be right dead in line.
What is your ideal guy?
Ooh.
You and I'm gonna ask Cassie too.
Oh.
Kaleem's already married. She's already married. She can't get that.
My ideal guy is just a good man.
What's a good
What's a
man?
good
Yeah, what's a
man?
good
Like-
Find that.
A good man, like he work, he make an honest living.
Mm-hmm.
He wants more, preferably no kids.
Mhm.
But we know that's neither here nor there. You
It's
gotta have a
possible.
car.
It's possible. It's
Mhm.
possible.
Like it's like the necessities. I kind of want you to already be prepared, well, ready in life to a certain
Like
extent.
established.
Yeah.
Because established. Because I feel like when we were younger, it was different.
Right.
Like 20, early 20. Okay, we can build with each other. Like we
Mhm.
still can build now, but it shouldn't be we building from the ground.
Right.
Right.
Cause that's just like too much. you
Right.
know?
I understand.
Right.
But one that like is a protector, is a provider. You
Mhm.
know, like
Mhm.
to me, that's what a real man do.
Right.
Like, don't hit me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Can communicate. You know, like
Right.
little stuff like that. Well, those
Yeah.
are really big, important factors.
No, that is. That's
Right.
real
But-
big stuff. That's real big stuff. What about you, Classy Cassie?
I'm definitely I'm ready for marriage. You know what I mean? I intentional date. So it's like I cut guys off fast. If they looking for the fun girl, I know that's just not me at this point in time in my
Mhm.
What
life.
are you looking for?
I want a man that has an established relationship with God.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to have to bring him in because I need that as a partner.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Right.
I need somebody that can, build me up too. You know, I've
Mhm.
been that one that's like that support system, that
Yeah.
encourager, that uplifter, that one in your corner. And then it's just like, and you coming up short all the time.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's like, it's important, like, once you really know what your needs are. And I feel like relationships kind of reveal those things to you. You start to see based off what you was neglected in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you start to see what your needs really are. So just somebody, yes, that's that works, like got a good work ethic, that takes pride in providing for his family.
Mm-hmm.
A man that wants to be a good man, a man that understands what a good man is.
Mhm.
Because it's a man can be a good man, but at the end of the day, like I heard somebody say, what makes somebody a good father? Oh, they spend time with their kids, they buy them stuff, they get them on the weekends. That's your reasonable service. That don't make you a good father.
Right.
That's what you was born to do.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
We born to do something certain. We created to do certain things. So it's just like we said, if they don't have a father figure, they don't know, they don't see. So how can you be without
Right.
being exposed to that?
Right.
So I want somebody that's been prepared. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I've had a good dating experience since I've been here, but that's only been one person.
Okay. Okay.
So, and I enjoy dating him. And I respect the fact if we are not supposed to go that marriage route.
Right.
But I enjoy dating him
Right.
because he was a real man.
Yeah.
So it
I
was
ain't
like
gonna lie,
a breath
y'all.
of fresh air.
To my husband, click, click. I miss dating.
Really?
I do.
Yeah,
I do
dating is
because-
fun.
It is so much.
It's
fun.
fun when it's somebody that you could like really vibe with, that you like
Yes.
minded with.
Yes.
That's not on just stupid stuff.
Yeah, but I even like the stupid ones, girl. And
No,
we-
if that mean they be fun
I
sometimes.
And all the reason I say that, cause girl, I remember I went with this one dude. I don't know if I didn't like something happened. I got in that car. We went to the movies, and I went in that movie, and I told him I had to go to the bathroom.
And ain't come back.
I never went back. I told my
Really?
friend, I said, "Ooh, girl, come get me."
It was that bad.
It wasn't bad. I ain't like him. Girl, I did
Oh,
not
yeah.
like him. Girl, he was like corny. Like I was like, ooh. But it was when I got in that car and left. Girl, we laughed so hard, and I think my friend Mama picked us up. Girl, I laughed.
What if he thought something happened to you? What if he thought like you got like snatched up?
Girl, I was out again. And girl, Mama ain't never answered his phone call again. But
Dang.
that's what I missed about dating. Just dating different people. Finding different
Yeah.
people.
Uh-huh.
And we're like, how old are you? How old are you? What you look like? What you look like? That whole little thing was extremely cute. But I was listening to all the things y'all was saying, the qualification that you want in a man. And mind you, I met my husband when I was younger. He had none of those qualifications. But the older person, I can definitely see what you guys are saying. I just know from even the husband I have now, the older one is still missing some of those things you guys said. So I guess one of my things would say is you gotta sometimes, it's not lowering your standard. I would say adapt, you know, to what I could deal with and to what your I can't deal with it.
Because I feel like that's the thing. Like I've seen women, you know, like us, that has standards for what they're looking for, and I've seen women that are like, some women may think that you're real bougie with their standards, because they just like, no, if he's not don't bring in this, can't do this,
right?
No, it's like that's just totally not me,
right?
You know, it's like it's somebody that's workable.
Yeah,
workable meaning like you human and I'm human too. So it's just like, I mean, I can deal with that. Somebody else may not.
Right.
I can.
Right.
But it has to be, you just can't feel like you always getting the short tail end of the stick. It gotta be like you meeting me halfway.
Right.
Just like in a friendship, like if I'm always the supporting end of my friendships and they're never ever there to hold me up.
Right.
It's like something is like wrong with this picture.
Absolutely.
You know?
Totally wrong. I agree with you on that. I definitely agree with you on that. It's men just, when they say men are from Venus, women from Mars, or whichever one they go, it is true.
I'd be like asking God, like, what was your purpose in making us so different?
So different.
It's irritating.
But let me tell you this. So a man that finds a wife finds a good thing. But man was not good alone. And the only way, when he made man, he was like, ooh.
But see, we can function without them. They cannot function without us.
No.
That's why they always needed us. We can be good focusing on us and
girl,
doing,
yes.
you know, the things that we need to do to better ourselves.
Men are not good alone. They need a woman. They need you. That's
I've
what
heard
they
a lot of
complete.
men. I've heard a lot of men that say they don't care about where they live. They could sleep anywhere. They could just, you know, do things that just, you know, they could just do just the bare minimum to get by. We are their only reasons for wanting to drive nice things or,
yes,
or all that. We
not
are
lying.
motivation for all of that. They are so simple. They probably would not care about keeping something clean or whatever.
No.
But that's upbringing too. But still, they really, really basic.
They so basic. My husband told me many times that what the things he do, just you might say, oh, he work, he do this. That's because I push him to do that. You know, I get up in him and say, this is what you need to do.
Right.
It's a woman behind all of that. Trust me. If a dude, I'm gonna put it like this: it's either driven to say, I want a girl. I mean, driven to say I got all this to impress girls. Or it's a female behind all of that.
It's a female, but definitely behind it.
Cause you be like, you could have got it on your own.
I remember my ex prime example. He told me he went to cooking school so he can, you know, he figured that'd be a good way to get women. Know how to cook. He was right.
Girl, it's true. It's true.
So
it's a woman behind it all because
everything.
It's a woman behind it. Because they can sit there in dirty drawers, play that game, or just what's name all day.
Yeah, that is our time, guys.
It went back fast.
To be continued.
Yes.
It was good though, right? That's a good way to whet the appetite and make them want to come back.
Yes. I enjoyed it, you guys. And, you know, just to sum everything up, you know, I think dating is definitely a thing of choice, you know, whatever you are in your life. And, you know, women, don't lower your standards, you know. Just, you know, if you don't want to close them legs, like I said, ain't nothing open after 12 legs. Close them legs.
Clink, 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 clink.
And I promise you, you'll get married just a little faster. And ain't nothing she got. We all got the same thing. Trust me.
Yeah.
Yours ain't so much better that I'm going to get on in. He go, ooh. No.
It don't work like that.
He gonna enjoy himself and go see Keisha tomorrow.
Hey.
All right, it's been real. Thanks you guys for another episode of Off the Book. We'll see you next time. Bye. That was perfect.
That was perfect.
Yeah, that was
quick.
good. Yeah,
It was 7:30.
It went back so fast.
I know, but that's what we do all the time.